Laura, are you there? Guess what? I have a huge announcement to make.
It's you. What do you want?
What kind of way is that to greet an old friend, huh? We used to be so close. Why are you going to act like this when I've barely even said anything to you?
We may have been friends, but we are not friends now. Not to mention the fact that our kids don't even go to the same school anymore, so we don't have that as an excuse to talk. And moreover, that was probably the nicest way that I could have reacted to you, considering the fact that you stole my husband away from me. In fact, the only reason that I got your message was because I forgot to block your number. So thanks for reminding me, and goodbye.
Wait, no, hold on! The whole reason I messaged you is because I have a huge announcement for you. If you block me now, then you'll never know what it was.
And just what is this announcement of yours?
Well, first of all, enough time has passed since you and Copper broke up, so now him and I have officially been able to get married.
Okay then, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Of course not. I have one more thing. I'm pregnant with Cooper's baby.
You are going to be having Coop's kid.
I'm sure you're just so jealous, aren't you? We don't know whether it's going to be a boy or a girl yet, but I'm sure you must be furious now that I'm pregnant with the child of the man that you loved.
Right. So then, is that all that you had to say to me?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, were those the big announcements that you wanted to make?
Of course they were. And aren't they just the best news you've ever heard? To have the child of the man that you love, isn't that every woman's dream?
I don't really like to make a habit of speaking for all women, but if you really think that's good news, then I guess I have to say that I'm impressed by you.
More like jealous, you mean? I bet that you've been trying your hardest to forget all about your time with Cooper, and now I've gone and brought back all those painful memories, huh?
I actually have already forgotten all about him. Coop who? And anyways, with both of you out of my life, I've been able to concentrate on my career and I have tons of free time to pursue whatever I want. In fact, this conversation is actually interrupting something right now.
What do you mean? What is it interrupting?
That's my business. You have a nice life. I'm going to go now.
I get it. You're upset because now that you're a single mother, you're going to have to work all day around the clock, huh? You'll be poor and never have time for anything. And now that I've stolen Cooper from you, I'll be living a rich and easy life while you struggle for every little thing. Anyways, I may have more news for you in the future, so don't go blocking me yet. Laura, are you there? Man, who knew that being pregnant would be this difficult? I'm doing my best to keep all the pregnancy pounds off, but it isn't easy. At least the morning sickness seems to have quieted down for now. But a pregnant woman can never let her guard down, you know? Even Coop is working hard to make sure that we have enough money for when this little one arrives. He's at work from sunup and doesn't come home until late at night. All because he's working so hard for his new family. Oh man, my belly is huge now. I really hope that I don't get any stretch marks because of this. But I have to say that I'm just so happy with my life right now. Oh, right, that reminds me. I had a quick favor to ask you. Once I have this kid, I want you to stop talking to Coop's parents, okay? Oh, and one more big thing. We found out that we're going to be having a boy. You know what that means, right? It means that I'm going to give birth to an heir that's going to be able to take over Coop's business when he's ready. You only ever had some lousy daughter who was never going to be able to achieve anything by herself. But I guess this just proves that I was the right girl for Cooper all along, since I gave him a son on the first try. Laura, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I gave birth to my son yesterday and there were 0 complications. He's the spitting image of his father, and I just know that he's going to grow up to be a great man like him, too. But you know, I've never actually met Cooper's parents. In fact, they don't want to meet me because they don't think I'm the right girl for him. Can you believe that they would say something like that about me? After I gave them a male grandchild?
They're one of your life updates again, Donna.
You finally responded! I was wondering if I was talking to a wall or if you were really there reading my messages in silence. I guess you finally accepted the truth about the situation, huh? Was it finally having my son that made it all sink in?
I don't know what you want me to say to that, congrats on the kid, I guess.
That's a start.
But are you sure you know who the father of that kid is?
What do you mean?
Well, I just don't think that the two of you are going to be cut out to raise that kid. It would probably just be better if you handed him over to his real dad to take care of him, don't you think?
What are you talking about? This is our son. This is the child that Cooper and I had together.
So then you're telling me you guys had some kind of fertility treatment going on?
What are you talking about? There was nothing like that at all. This is a totally natural baby made the old-fashioned way.
So basically, it was a natural birth, is what you're saying. If that's the case, then I really don't think it's possible that that kid is actually Cooper's.
That doesn't make any sense. You're just jealous, and so you're just trying to get into my head. Well, it's not gonna work, you hear me? I know the facts, and that's all that matters. Missed call? Missed call? Laura, are you there? Please, you need to pick up the phone right now. You were the one who called my ex-husband, weren't you? He showed up at our house demanding a paternity test for Cooper and I's kid. He seems to think that it's his and not Cooper's.
I guess you still haven't figured it out yet then, huh?
Figured out what? What is going on here?
Well, the thing is that Cooper can't have kids. He's impotent.
He's what? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
No, it really is true. His body just can't produce enough sperm to get anyone pregnant.
That isn't a thing. You're lying to me.
It's true. Even our daughter. We adopted from an agency when she was only 4 years old.
Wait, is that true?
It is. Cooper refused to look into any kind of treatment for his condition, so it was the only way that we could have any kids together.
You're lying. You have to be lying right now.
Well, you came to me telling me that you were pregnant not that long after you ran off with Cooper. So if you were thinking about how long it takes to tell that you're pregnant, then that means there is a high chance that insemination occurred while you were still with your husband. In other words, it's quite likely that it is in fact your ex-husband's kid.
Are you kidding me? That can't be right.
Well, do you want to know what Cooper told me the day that he left me? He said that you had actually already had a kid, which proved that you were fertile. He seemed to think that you were his last chance to try and have a natural child. He refused to acknowledge that he was the problem and ran off with you instead.
That can't be right. Please, tell me that it isn't true.
It really is. If you doubt me, you can go and ask Cooper's parents. They know about this. If anything, that's probably why they want nothing to do with either of you now. Although, they can't just cut him off since Cooper is paying them back after they paid off his legal fees from our divorce.
I don't even know what to say. You horrible, horrible woman. This is all your fault. He took my son. He took my son and got custody of him. I thought that moms were always supposed to get custody. This isn't fair. You ruined everything. What am I supposed to do now, huh?
I take it that your ex-husband sued for the right to raise your son.
That's right. He took Coop and I's son away from us. How could he do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Now he has custody over both my children and I have nothing.
Well, you were the one who said that you were going to have Cooper's son and that you didn't need any other kid in your life.
But that's because Coop's son was going to take over his dad's company one day. I didn't any other kid if I had one to do that.
Don't tell me that you didn't know about that either.
What do you mean? What are you hiding from me?
Well, first of all, Coop, as you know, is not the president of the company. That position still belongs to his father. The next president was never going to be Coop because his father already chose me to succeed him.
Wait a second. So, you're going to take over Coop's family business?
That's right. And I think that Coop's dad is going to retire quite soon, actually.
But I thought that Coop would take over. Why would they give you that job?
It's a really long story, but I swear to you that I'm telling the truth.
I still want to know what happened. I deserve to know.
Well, if you want me to try and summarize it, basically, Coop's parents didn't want a man who only thinks with what is between his legs running a company. Not to mention how irresponsible he is with money.
So then what does Coop even do at work?
Well, before his affair with you came to light, he was still on track for a successful career here. But after everything came out, he basically was demoted by his father and given a huge pay cut. Now he's just like any other employee there.
So he's not even upper management or anything? I really didn't know about this at all. What do you mean he's bad with money?
Well, you should know best of all. After all, he pretty much drove himself into debt trying to impress you with all the fancy things he bought for you.
What does that mean, though?
It means that he owes his parents about $30,000 in the form of personal loans. Well, his parents and other loan sharks.
Cooper is $30,000 in debt?
He is, and that's why I suggested to your ex-husband that he would be better suited to raise his son rather than you.
I don't believe it. How could you do this?
I just couldn't stand the thought of a poor child being raised by the likes of you and Cooper.
This is really bad. I basically burnt through my savings in the divorce with my ex-husband and thought that Cooper was going to be able to buy my way out of this trouble. But now I know he doesn't even have any money either. I thought I was going to be living in the lap of luxury. Things weren't supposed to happen this way.
Donna was sure that by having a son, she would have secured her place in Cooper's family by being the mother of their eventual heir to the company. But in the end, Donna's recklessness resulted in the child being taken away and raised by his real father. After that, Donna and Coop began to fight every single day. But without any help from family and with both of them still drowning in debt, they had no choice but to stay together and downgrade to living in a tiny apartment. And since neither of them were confident enough to make it on their own, they still haven't gotten a divorce. I hear that Donna found a job and ended up having an affair with her boss that resulted in her being sued by Coop. You would think she would have learned her lesson, but I guess some things just don't stick.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Lizzie, it's been a while. Huh? Is this Rachel? Wow, no kidding. It really has been a while. Did you want something? I see you're just as disingenuous as usual. Whoa, what's with you all of a sudden? Is that seriously how you talk to someone you haven't seen in 5 years after messaging them out of the blue? Just because we were pals back in college doesn't mean you get to be disrespectful towards me. There are such things as manners, you know? We're not kids anymore either. To think you're a fully grown adult and still don't even know the meaning of basic decency yet? You've got some nerve. Who are you with right now? Huh? I'm on my own, you psycho. What's with the interrogation, detective? Playing dumb isn't going to get you anywhere. I've been doing some digging. I know everything. Huh? Digging into what? What do you know? You might not have noticed, but there's a camera in that bedroom and I can see it in real time using an app on my phone. A camera? Seeing you guys smooch in my bedroom like that is making me want to vomit, so would you mind cutting it out? Oh, I see. So, so mine and Donnie's steamy romance is out of the bag? Oopsie, I'm such a minx. What did I go and do? Yes, and I'm pleased you accepted there's no use denying it anymore. Now, if you wouldn't mind, hurry up and get the hell out of my mansion pronto. Huh? Given the situation, I'd be super grateful if you could do me a favor and take that scumbag traitor Donnie with you while you're at it. What the heck are you talking about? Why would I do something like that? Don't talk crazy. The only one who needs to get out of this mansion is you. Why? Think about it. If mine and Donnie's secret is out, you guys are pretty much definitely gonna get a divorce now, right? Right. Of course. I have no other choice. Divorce is the only option. Well, that means that as of today, this mansion officially belongs to me and Donnie. Woohoo! I can't wait to start our new life together without having to worry about being found out. It's like a huge weight just got lifted off my shoulders. I'm actually glad. Whoa. Slow down a sec there, Roadrunner. What exactly gives you the impression that mansion belongs to you all of a sudden? I mean, duh, obviously it does. I'm sorry, hun, but you are dead wrong. But don't get the wrong idea. This was never about the money. Me and Donnie are truly in love with each other. It's just a coincidence that I ended up getting this mansion as a fortunate side product of our love, so don't go thinking I had my sights on it from the get-go or anything like that, because I didn't. So you're saying you didn't get your claws into my husband for his money? Right, exactly. Now, listen, Rachel, since I have a big heart, I'll kindly allow you some time to get your belongings together before I ban you from the place forever. But you better get a hurry on, 'cause I want you and all of your things gone by the end of tomorrow. Hang on a sec. So, get this, Rachel. A letter came today. Do you know what it was? I think you know what it was. The compensation documents. 20,000 each from both me and Donnie. 40,000 in total. Wow. Are you really sure this is all you're going to ask of us? I was convinced after dropping down in status to a pitiful brokey after taking the financial hit of the divorce, you were sure to try and rinse us for as much as humanly possible. I can't tell you how surprised I was when I opened the envelope and realized how easy you're going on us. My jaw almost hit the floor. That's the amount me and my lawyer decided on after a lengthy discussion. The payment instructions are written on the documents. I'd like it sooner rather than later, please. Yeah, whatever. A measly 40K is chicken feed for Donnie. He'll barely even notice the difference in his bank balance, and obviously I won't notice at all because he's going to pay my share. Chicken feed? Wow, it's all right for some, huh? It must be so nice to be that well off. Why are you acting all surprised all of a sudden? You know better than anyone just how rich my man is. The divorce papers? Huh? I left them with Donnie along with my lawyer's business card when I came to collect my belongings. Oh, you mean those papers on the living room table? What about them? Would you mind asking Donnie to get them filled in and sent to the address on my lawyer's business card as soon as possible? If you're so worried about time, wouldn't it make more sense to fill them in yourself first? What a dummy you are! I'll only be filling in my half when every last cent of the compensation I'm asking for has been paid in full into my bank account. Oh, so that's how you're playing it, huh? If you tell me your address, I'll get him to send them to you. I'm doing this through my lawyer precisely because I don't want to be directly involved with you, and I definitely don't want you knowing where I live. Take a hint. Geez, touched a nerve, did I? I guess you're too ashamed to tell me your address because $150 a month cockroach-infested hellhole is probably the best you can afford now, isn't it, you poverty-stricken loser? Whatever, princess. Have it your way. I guess I can't hold not wanting to be seen in the depths of poverty after having lived at large in a big, luxurious mansion for so long. Jeez, Rachel, I almost feel sorry for you. Your pride must be at rock bottom. Sorry for not realizing what a sensitive issue asking for your address would be. I'll be more thoughtful in the future, princess. Are you quite done? Just pay me my compensation as soon as you can. And see to it that those divorce papers make their way to my lawyer's desk as soon as possible. Yeah, I heard you the first time, doofus. I want to get married to Donnie as soon as I can, so don't worry, honey pumpkin. This divorce will be over with before you know it, and then we can finally wash our hands of you. Oh, he's calling me to bed now. Gotta shoot. Time for some steamy fun with the stallion. Toodles! Hey, Rachel, Donnie says he paid both of our shares of the compensation, so you should have your full 40K now. He said he sent the divorce papers off to your lawyer's office a few days ago. Is the divorce still not finalized? I don't need constant updates from you, Lizzie. Donnie's in touch with my lawyer, so save yourself the trouble. But don't you see? I want to update you, honey bun, because I relish in it. Do you have any idea how hard I had to work to get the upper hand over you? You could at least be a good sport so I can enjoy the fruits of my efforts. Get the upper hand over me? What's that supposed to mean? Wake up and smell the coffee already, doofus. I'm living in what used to be your mansion here. But now you're nothing but a worn-out has-been living in a heap of junk apartment not fit for the cockroaches that infest it. You always were the most insufferable goody-two-shoes back in college, weren't you? God, the way you sucked up to the teachers infuriated me to no end. But it turns out you were just an extra here to support me, the main character, all along. You had some nerve to marry someone as rich as Donnie. I was livid when I found out you were tying the knot. Livid. So is that why you decided to go after him, to get back at me? Who cares what my reasons were? The fact is that he loves me now, regardless. And now, your pompous air of self-importance is nothing but a distant memory after I romantically and financially beat the crap out of you. Bam, pow, crack. I tell you, sweetie pie, I couldn't feel any more refreshed. I'm picking up good vibrations. So this was nothing but a desperate scheme to heal your wounded pride all along? I must say, I'm kind of disappointed in you. Huh? I'm heading out to hand the divorce papers in now. The two of you are officially free to do what you like. Woohoo! Yippee! Yahoo! Looks like me and my precious Donniekins have a marriage to register for tomorrow. Are you back from the clerk's office yet? Did you register to get married by any chance? Yeah, of course. We handed everything in first thing this morning at lightning speed. No brakes on the love train. With this, my ascent to the ranks of the select chosen few of the mansion-owning, ultra-celeb housewives of the world is complete. Ultra-celeb housewives? Yes, doofus. Ultra-celeb housewives. 'Cause as of today, I'm married to Donnie, my filthy rich love muffin. I know you're probably still reeling from the shock of losing everything, but you should at least still be able to read basic English. I see. The thing is, Lizzie, Donnie isn't filthy rich at all. He's actually up to his ears in debt. What did you just say? Meh, whatever. Judging from your constant boasting, you're head over heels in love with the guy, so what should it matter if he's in dire straits financially? Wait, Rachel, what the hell are you talking about? Wait, do you still not know? He borrowed the $40,000 he paid me in compensation from his uncle. Huh? On top of the $10,000 debt he was in to begin with, he must owe a square $50,000 by now. Good luck paying off his $50,000 of debt as a couple. What the fuck? Rachel, what the heck is this? Are you telling me this huge mansion we're living in never belonged to Donnie? He said it was his family home, that he inherited it from his dad. Why do we have to leave? Donnie doesn't have a family home anymore. What? Why not? Good grief. You married Donnie without knowing a single thing about his circumstances, didn't you? And what's worse, you didn't even bother to ask. What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense. Donnie's hometown is so far away you'd have to spend half a day on an airplane to get there. His mom took full custody of him when his parents divorced when he was 10. His mom remarried when he was an adult. She currently lives in Minnesota with her new husband. She no longer has anything to do with Donnie's real dad whatsoever. And Donnie hasn't seen him in decades, which means Donnie no longer has a family home. Then who does this mansion belong to? It originally belonged to my mom after she inherited it from my grandpa, her dad. Then when my mom passed, it went to my aunt. But then my aunt married and went to live with a guy she met down in Wyoming. She didn't want to sell it because of the sentimental value it had to all of us, but she also hated the idea of leaving it empty to rot, so she left me in charge of managing the place. Not long after I started doing that, me and Donnie got married, so we figured it made sense to move in there together. Wait a second, does that mean... No way. Yes way. Donnie could live 1,000,000 lifetimes and he still wouldn't have a hope in hell's chance of getting his mitts on that mansion. It has literally nothing to do with him now. After talking things over with my aunt, we've decided to put it on the market and sell up. So if the pair of you don't get out pronto, you're going to find yourselves in a really awkward situation. Why didn't you tell me any of this before? We already got freaking married, goddammit! But I did tell you. Huh? You were so insistent the mansion belonged to Donnie, but if you check through the chat logs, you'll see I did tell you you were wrong. What? Oh my god. Go on, go ahead and check, it's all there. Rachel, Can I ask you one thing? What is it? Donnie's salary. How much does he make a year again? His salary? If my memory serves me right, I think he made something like $25K last year. $25K? Is that all? How can that be when he lives such an extravagant lifestyle? Where do you think he got that extra $10K of debt from? You know, aside from the $40K he just borrowed from his uncle to pay me in compensation. Apparently he used up all of his original savings on you when you constantly pestered him to buy you luxury-branded clothing. It would appear that not wanting to destroy his hard-cultivated Mr. Rockefeller image, he went into debt so he could carry on lavishing gifts neither of you could afford on you to keep up the facade. What? He destroyed his finances to buy me gifts? Oh, you've got to be joking me. To be honest with you, I get the impression that even renting yourselves out a new apartment would be difficult at this point. Oh my God, but I just sold my apartment to live with this broke loser. Ugh. Oopsie. Now forgive me if it seems like I'm prying, but tell me, Lizzie, am I right in thinking relations between you and your parents are too frosty for you to rely on either of them for help? It's just I remember you saying something like that to me back in college is all. Yes, that's right. Where am I supposed to live now? I am in the mother of all predicaments here. Turns out it's your lucky day. I hear Donnie's uncle, you know, the one who lent him my $40,000 in compensation, is willing to take the both of you into his home on the condition that you look after the place and do all of his grocery shopping. Generous, right? What? Wow, did he seriously not tell you about that either? You guys have some severe communication issues. This is the first I've heard of it. He doesn't tell me anything. Well, how about you go try asking him now? I'm busy unpacking my things in my new house, so I don't really have time for this back and forth with you at the moment. Mind if we call it a day here? Your new house? Yep, I bought myself a place in Beverly Hills when I decided on the divorce. A place in Beverly Hills? Yep, it's a pretty old house, but I think it just adds to the charm. It's really lovely. What am I saying? It's Beverly Hills. Of course you already know how lovely it is. Rachel, how is this possible? I thought you were just a regular company employee. Yeah, my company's salary is about as average as it gets, but I have a side hustle which brings me in a tasty sum every month. Side hustle? What's that? Forget it. Just let me live with you. Not in a million years, honey pumpkin. Why not? Why would you move in with me when Donnie's uncle has so kindly agreed to let you live with him? Besides, you and I are strangers now. You have nothing to do with me. But I thought we were friends. The idea of the scheming gold digger who stole my husband thinking of me as her friend is so monumentally gross that the thought alone makes my skin crawl. Rachel! I'm pretty sure I already told you this, but good luck paying off his $50,000 of debt as a couple. No! 3 months passed between me starting to collect proof of the affair and everything finally getting settled. It's nice to finally be able to breathe now that the whole affair is done and dusted, and I can't wait to put it all behind me. Even back in college, Lizzie was always the type who only seemed to be able to understand the concept of love and romance through dollar-tinted glasses. I knew back then that she was destined to end up chasing after men with money to satisfy her lust for the material. I lost count of the amount of times she stole other girls' boyfriends. I never thought it would culminate in her taking my husband, though. That said, something tells me a broke, debt-ridden liar wasn't exactly the knight in shining armor she'd spent her whole life imagining she'd snag. Between you and me, I chuckled a little during our message exchange when the reality of her situation was obviously starting to sink in. Sadly, for my wayward ex-husband and his money-obsessed companion, the only fate that awaits them now is a life cooped up in a tiny apartment with his uncle, who, it just so happens, is rumored to be a huge pervert and serial panty thief with a rap sheet for sex crimes longer than your arm. Could these rumors perhaps have something to do with the crying my friend, who happens to be Donnie's uncle's next-door neighbor, tells me she can hear coming through the walls every night? You know what? There are some things in this world it's better not to know.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.